What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Fox Chamber. As you can see from the thumbnail, yes, this is overdue. And what do you mean by it's overdue? Trying to correct this paint on the Fox. What I had planned was this. I got me a little low budget Harbor Freight spray gun. I was gonna sand the Fox down and paint it. But what I thought about was like, can I just correct what's there? Is that possible? And as you can see, I was washing it, getting it ready, and look, y'all, literally, I've been outside maybe 10-15 minutes, soaked. This Alabama heat down this in the summertime is no joke. But anyway, we're gonna try to correct what's here. And let me get a spot dried off so you can see. So I gotta dry the rest of this bad boy off too. But y'all can see, I can get out the way. There's some orange peel. But anyway, there's orange peel. If I can get a closer shot, I'll put it in there. But you see, that's not crystal clear. You know, and everybody always tells me that the paint don't look bad. Yeah, it could be better, definitely. You know, you get what you pay for when you try to skimp on trying to get somebody to paint it. But anyway, that's what I got. We're gonna try to correct it. And of course, y'all know I'm gonna do it an unconventional way. I'm just gonna dry sand the whole freaking thing. Yeah, I looked up dry sanding and wet sanding. And wet sanding, I mean, granted, yeah, there's gonna be some people that's gonna know a little bit more about this than me. But I had a guy on YouTube. He dry sanded his old late model, I think it was either Ford or Chevy truck, and came out great. So what I'm gonna do is the same thing on this one. And I was told, or I read, that dry sanding, you just use a lot more sandpaper than wet sanding, because wet sanding keeps your paper clean and you could use less paper. But we're gonna try dry sanding this bad boy and see what we get. If not, like I said, I already got the paint and everything for this thing, so if I mess it up, it will be painted before Foxtoberfest. And right now, as of today, I think it's just shy of 2 months before Foxtoberfest. And I've got to try to do this thing before Foxtoberfest so I can get this bad boy out there and show it to everybody that wants to come see your boy. But anyway, we're gonna get sanded on this thing. We're gonna start off with, what I had in mind was gonna start off with 1,000 grit, and then either 1,200 or 1,500, 2,000, and then 3,000. And then we're gonna see how this thing turns out. Then after we do all that, buff polish, see what we got. But first, let's get to sanding. Well, first let me show you what I got going on. The cowl cover or whatever, I got it taken off, all the trim around the doors. I am not gonna remove my quarter glass. I'm gonna leave it in because it is too aggravating. I gotta get in there, rip apart my interior to get back in there to it. Don't feel like doing that. So we're gonna try to work around taking this out. All my rear trim is gone, wing is off. These are just sitting in there basically to keep the hose plugged up for now. But yeah, all the door trimming, everything, I took it all off. Took these off also, but I'm gonna try to freshen these up too, get these things painted and stuck back on. All of my black trim, headlights are out, everything. Yeah, this bad boy is taken apart for the most part. Like I'm saying, not gonna fool with that, and not sure if I'm gonna fool with the lower molding or not, because if anything, I'm gonna do from the molding up, because everything else is kind of at an angle, and it's gonna be, you know, difficult to really compare the lower half to the upper half because it's at an angle. So I'm gonna try to at least correct everything above the molding and see how that turns out. I might put in some time lapse in this thing while I'm sanding it, or I might just show you the results of it, you know, because this is gonna end up being a long video anyway. It's gonna be over at least 2, 3, 4 days anyway. So more likely I'll just sand it, show you the results of it, and we'll just keep on trucking. Update time. Well, let me kill this fan over here. Stay halfway decent. Look at there, just soaked. I roped off a section from, I think about from here to here. And as you can see, you might not be able to tell the difference, but the camera, it does hide stuff a little bit better. right there. Maybe you can see with the line right there. That's the side I buffed and polished and sanded with 1015 and 2000 and a 3000 a piece of sandpaper. And this side is the regular side. You might be able to see some of the orange peel in it. But that's the side I did. Like I said, I did it with 1000, 1200, 15, 2000, and then I hit it with a 3000. Yeah, I think we're gonna have something to work with. Untouched, and that's the side I did. And you can see the details a little bit better right there and right there. White paint hides scratches and stuff like that a lot better than any other color. That's why I was gonna keep this thing and paint it white. But yeah, I think I'm just gonna try to correct what's here and see what's going on. After I get finished with the roof, we're gonna do the hood and the deck lid, and then see how that turns out. And then of course the sides and everything else. Get back with you in a few. All right, a little bit of an update, and I wanted to tell you this before I messed around and forgot about it. But anyway, this is with 1000 grit. You can see it's a little bit, a little hazy, of course, because it's sandpaper. But you can see it's starting to smooth out a little bit. And right here on the edges, as you can see, I didn't hit those. You will burn through edges with sandpaper in a heartbeat. So I kind of stayed off the edge, because I don't really think that after I get everything else polished up, you're not going to really even notice the very corners. You're not even going to notice really the corners of this bad boy. But anyway, I want to tell you that before I forgot. Just stay off the edges all the way down. And then you hit it, just kind of hit right here, and then kind of went across the top. Leave them edges because you will burn through quickly. But anyway, that's 1000 grit. It's all wiped down. Now I'm getting ready to move on to probably 1500 to get those 1000 grit marks out. This is either the next day, the day after, or the day after that. Heck, I don't even know. I done lost count. But anyway, let me show you what I got going on. I done sanded pretty much the entire top or the entire roof with 1000. And then this section right in here, I kind of went over, of course, with 1000, then the 1200, 1500, and then I hit it real quick with the 2000 grit, because I was going to see if this comes out like I want it to. This is the cutting paste that I'm going to use on the top, well, pretty much everywhere. Is the Meguiar's Mirror Glaze Ultra Pro Speed Compound. That's what I'm going to use. As you can see, very heavy cut, and that's what you're supposed to use, something like this, after you do some dry sanding. Everybody else uses 3M, but I went ahead and grabbed some Meguiar's. I like Meguiar's, so we're gonna see how that works out. So I'll go ahead and buff that little area and see what's up. And this is the polisher that I'm using. I might have seen Brule use this bad boy, and he raved about it, so that I went ahead and got me one, and I love this thing. I love it. I use this for a lot of stuff around here. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and buff out a spot and show you what I got. Wow, this it definitely made a difference. Like I was saying, went over with my buffer and the Ultra Pro. Can't even hardly talk this morning. I don't know if you can see that or not, because that glare behind it is very intense. Oh, there it is. Yeah, you see the mirror finish on that compared to, that's the sanded part of that's a 1000 sanding right there, and that's after probably 2 passes with the buffer. I went over it twice. But yeah, you can see the detail in the garage door came out pretty good. So now I just got to do the rest of the roof to make it look like that. Like I was saying, I went over 1000, 12, 15, and 2000, but I'm probably gonna skip the 12,000 and just go 1000, 15, and 2000 on the top and see how that turns out. Maybe I can skip a step and it won't take quite as long. So I'll get back with you in a little bit. almost forgot to close this thing out and show you exactly what I got. But I got the top polished, cut, everything. And this is how it looks. Maybe you'll be able to see the detail in it. Yeah, I mean, dry sanding with 1,000, 1,500, and it spots 2,000. But yeah, I mean, you can see the detail in the trees, garage door, all that back there. Looks pretty good. Now I'm at a dilemma. Do I do the whole car like that? Or do I just say bump it, put some fresh paint on it? Just give me some ideas on what you think I should do with that. I mean, should I go ahead and just cut and buff, sand everything, like, you know, from the molding up, like I said, or just say bump it, hit it with about some 600 grit, rough it up real good, and paint this thing over again. Y'all let me know. So if you like that, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notifications bell, hit that fresh stuff when it comes out, and we'll see you later.